Hi, do you know today's thought? And for those of you who are fans of short videos, this is your day. A few days ago, French President Emmanuel Macron called for an arms embargo on Israel. Fortunately for Israel, well, I don't know if they get any weapons from France. So as far as France is concerned, it means nothing. But anyways, the idea is impose an arms embargo on Israel to force Israel to seek a diplomatic solution with terrorists. That's basically what Macron is asking for. Netanyahu had something to say about that, and here is what he had to say.
I have a message. I have a message for President Macron. Today, Israel is defending itself on 7 fronts against the enemies of civilization. We're fighting in Gaza against Hamas, those savages who murdered, raped, beheaded, and burned our people on October 7th. We're fighting in Lebanon against Hezbollah, the most heavily armed terror organization in the world, which was planning an even greater massacre than October 7th on our northern border, and that has rocketed Israeli towns and cities for nearly a year. We're fighting against the Houthis in Yemen and the Shiite militias in Iraq and Syria that together have launched hundreds of drones and missile attacks against Israel. We're fighting against terrorists in Judea and Samaria who are trying to murder civilians in the heart of our cities. And we're fighting against Iran, which last week fired over 200 ballistic missiles directly at Israel, and which stands behind the 7-front war against Israel. As Israel fights the forces of barbarism led by Iran, all civilized countries should be standing firmly by Israel's side. Yet President Macron and some other Western leaders are now calling for an arms embargo against Israel. Shame on them. Is Iran imposing an arms embargo on Hezbollah, on the Houthis, on Hamas, and on its other proxies? Of course not. The axis of terror stands together. But countries who supposedly oppose this terror axis call for an arms embargo on Israel. What a disgrace. Well, let me tell you this. Israel will win with or without their support. But their shame will continue long after the war is won. For in defending ourselves against this barbarism, Israel is defending civilizations against those who seek to impose a dark age of fanaticism on all of us. Rest assured, Israel will fight until the battle is won, for our sake and for the sake of the peace and security of the entire world.
I don't know how Benjamin Netanyahu could make Israel's policy any clearer than the way he just expressed it. Now, to me, well, this is going to sound like an aside, but bear with me on this just for a few seconds. But I saw the Reagan movie, and I highly recommend it. Very good movie. And if you hate Reagan, maybe you won't like it, but if you liked Reagan, you'll love it. If you have an open mind about Reagan, probably people who were born after his presidency, then you may like it too. I really liked it. But anyways, the reason I bring up that movie is because it includes one of the events of his presidency when he first comes into office, and he is asked, he gathers his staff and they say, what is our policy going to be regarding the Soviet Union? And he said very clearly, we win, they lose. And that's what Netanyahu just said. Israel wins, the terrorists lose. Israel wins, Iran loses. I don't know how anybody could fail to understand that. So we'll see what happens going forward. But that's my thought for today. Thanks for stopping by. If you could subscribe, that would really be great. Comments always welcome in the comments section below the video. Share this video with anyone you think would benefit from it. But most of all, come back and see me again. I would love to see all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.